What's going on, Bills Mafia? This is Brett back with another edition of the Buffalo Bills Report. Today we are going to preview the 7-5 Buffalo Bills traveling to the Sunshine State of Florida to take on the defending Super Bowl champion 9-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Sunday at 4:25 p.m. in beautiful Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium. To begin with, we are going to talk about the Tampa Bay Bucs offense, who last week against the Atlanta Falcons had a field day. Led by Tom Brady, the Bucs passing offense was incredible. Bucs quarterback Tom Brady finished the game with 368 passing yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception. Leading the game at receiver was wide receiver Chris Godwin, who finished the game with 15 receptions for 143 yards. Second was Mike Evans with 7 receptions for 99 yards. Third was Buffalo native Rob Gronkowski, who finished the game with 4 receptions for 58 yards and a pair of touchdowns. This season, Bucs quarterback Tom Brady has been phenomenal. He leads the league in 2 statistics: passing touchdowns and yards per game. He has 34 passing touchdowns and 314 yards per game. A major X factor in this game is going to be running back Leonard Fournette, who this season is averaging 4.4 yards per carry and 55.4 yards per game, to go along with 7 touchdowns. This is a major X factor because the Bills' defense, the rush defense, has been horrible. The last couple games, they have given up over 200 yards per game. Transitioning to the defensive side of the ball, the Bucs' defense has been astronomical. They have 32 sacks this season. A big reason why they have that many sacks is Vita Vea, who has 3 sacks, but has also had a ton of pressures on quarterbacks. The Bucs' pass defense has been averaging 6.7 yards per attempt. They excel at stopping the long ball, so a weakness in their defense is going to be the short ball, where Josh Allen can get the ball to players like Cole Beasley and tight end Dawson Knox. Let's go to the injury report of the Tampa Bay Bucs. Safety Jordan Whitehead is going to be out of this game with a calf injury. Players who are going to be questionable are Jalen Darden and cornerback Jamel Dean, who both have concussions. Offensive lineman Ryan Jensen, who has an ankle injury, and defensive lineman William Golston with a wrist and knee injury. Players that are expected to play in this game are Jason Pierre-Paul, Vita Vea, who has a knee injury, Ali Marpet with an ab injury, and a player who was just taken off of the injured reserve, Richard Sherman. The NFC South has been very weak this season, with the Bucs leading the NFC South by 4 games. Now, transitioning to the Bills. The Bills are 7-5 this season, and last week lost to the New England Patriots by a score of 14-10. Leading the way for the Bills was Josh Allen with 15 for 30 with 145 yards and a touchdown in the snow-infested game and wind-infested game. Leading the way at rushing was Josh Allen as well, which is not a good statistic given that our quarterback is leading the team in rushing yards, with 6 carries for 39 yards. Second was Devin Singletary with 10 carries for 36 yards. Third was Zach Moss with 8 carries for 21 yards. And last was Matt Breida with 1 carry for 3 yards. Leading the way at receiver was Stephon Diggs with 4 receptions for 51 yards. Second was Gabriel Davis with 2 receptions for 30 yards. Third was Emmanuel Sanders with 3 receptions for 22 yards. Basically, the Bills' passing game was not there this game. So they have to play a big factor in this game against the Bucs, because it's going to be a high-scoring game, and the Bucs are not going to give you anything on defense. So we got to be able to get the ball rolling. Now, on defense, like I said earlier, the Bills' defense was not very good in the rush defense, giving way to 222 yards against the Patriots running backs. But the Bills' passing defense was incredible, only giving up 19 yards. A big reason why the pass defense has been good is Jordan Poyer, who leads the team with 5 interceptions. The pass defense of the Bills has given up 5.7 yards per attempt, which is first in the NFL. Another reason why the Bills' defense has been really good in other games besides the last couple against the Titans, the Colts, and the Patriots is their rush defense, who has been giving up 4.0 yards per carry and 107.1 yards per game. An area that I missed on before that I should have talked about is the Bills' offensive line, who this season has given up 19 sacks in 12 games. A big reason the Bills need to improve is the battle in the trenches. This is going to be very important because the Bucs' defensive line is incredible. We have to be able to win the battle in the trenches on both sides of the ball, not only on offense but on defense. Players that are on the injury report this week, we're going to lose Star Latulippe and tight end Tommy Sweeney. Star has a toe injury, Tommy Sweeney has a hip injury. Questionable for this game is going to be Reggie Gillum, dealing with an ankle injury, and F.A. Obata, who has a hip injury. A player that's expected to play is Ed Oliver, who has a chest injury. The Bills right now are sitting at 1.5 games back in the AFC East behind the Patriots. They are second in the division. Some keys to the game are going to be, and this is very important, so let me just grab my notes. Keys to the game: eliminate the penalties. We have to eliminate the penalties. This year we are leading the league in penalties, so we have to play a very clean game. Second is stopping the run. We have to eliminate big plays to running backs Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. Third, we have to get pressure on Tom Brady. We cannot let him sit back in the pocket. He's a 44-year-old quarterback. Either 44 or 45. I can't remember off the top of my head. But 44 or 45. And we have to be able to plug up the middle. Otherwise, Tom Brady is going to escape. He's not very fast, but we have to clog the middle. He gets very uncomfortable when he's in the middle, when the pressure's in the middle. He's not very fast, so we have to let him slide out to either side. Another key is the Bills secondary has to play very, very tight coverage. It's going to be hard with all the superstars that the Bucs have on offense, such as Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski. So we have to play very tight coverage, and we have to get the ball turned over and score on offense. Another key on defense is we have to tackle. This has been very, very important. A good friend of mine, the Red, White, and Bills, on Instagram and YouTube at red_white_bills, has been preaching this. You have to be able to tackle. You cannot arm tackle, and you have to get the guys on the ground, especially in the run game. We have to be able to tackle. On offense, we have to let Josh Allen cook. We have to let him just go out there and do his thing. Whether it's running the ball or it's passing, you have to let Josh do his thing. We're at the point in the season where we have to let Josh just go out there and make plays happen to all the receivers that we have, because we have a really good offense. I think we're just struggling because we're trying to transition into this run game, and we aren't doing the things that got us to the AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs. So we have to let Josh Allen do what he was doing last year. Another area that we have to improve on is the offensive line needs to play better. This is so important because we have to create holes for our running backs to get downfield. We have to do that because if we get into these third and long situations, the Bucs defense is going to sack Josh Allen. I can promise you that. Another area that we have to improve on is taking what the defense gives you. Not only just trying to get the ball downfield when they're playing two deep safeties, but we have to take what the defense gives us. That little short pass that gets us 4 or 5 yards It's really important that we just take what the defense gives us, get the 4 yards, make it a third and manageable play instead of a third and long, and then do what we can do, get the first down, and keep the chains rolling. The last area, and I said it earlier, but this is my major key area. Be able to run the ball. Not only with Josh Allen, but be able to run the ball with Matt Breida, Devin Singletary, and Zach Moss. It's very important that we're able to do that. If we can do these things, I think we have a good shot in this game. A score prediction for this game. I don't love to do this, but I'm going to do it. I think the Bills will come away with this game because I think the coaching staff has been dialing in this week and they're pretty upset, and I think the players are pretty upset by that loss against the New England Patriots. My score prediction is going to be 28-24, the Buffalo Bills winning this game. Please give your comments in the comment section below. And please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, or even like us on Instagram at BuffaloBills_report. Even shoot us a DM on there. We would love to hear from you. This has been the Buffalo Bills, and we will see you next time.